Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's exciting video, we're exploring the four most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare Monticello Thomas Jefferson Nickel 5-cent coins. These historic nickels have fascinated collectors for generations, with some rare examples selling for hundreds, thousands, and even astonishing auction prices due to their rarity, condition, and unique minting characteristics. We'll uncover the history behind these remarkable coins, reveal what makes certain specimens so valuable, and show you the key features that could turn an ordinary-looking nickel into a collector's dream. Stay tuned as we count down some of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels ever discovered. You might even have one hiding in your collection right now. Let's get started. First up, in the 1941 Jefferson nickel is one of the most fascinating early issues in the long-running Jefferson 5-cent series. Featuring the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse, this coin represents an important chapter in American numismatic history. Although millions were struck, truly exceptional examples from 1941, especially those exhibiting full design details, pristine surfaces, and rare minting anomalies, have become highly desirable among advanced collectors. The combination of historical significance, classic design, and the challenge of locating premium quality specimens has helped drive sustained collector interest for decades. Today, the finest known examples command remarkable prices at major auctions, transforming what was once a simple circulating coin into a treasured numismatic asset. The 1941 Jefferson nickel was produced during a pivotal era in American history, just before the United States entered World War II following the events at attack on Pearl Harbor. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel series had been introduced only 3 years earlier in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Coins dated 1941 were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, carrying either no mint mark, a D, or an S. These issues represent the final pre-war nickel composition before wartime silver alloy nickels were introduced in 1942 due to strategic metal conservation efforts. As a result, many collectors view the 1941 issue as one of the last classic examples of the original copper-nickel Jefferson nickel design before wartime changes altered the appearance and composition of the series. The obverse of the 1941 Jefferson nickel showcases a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home, along with the inscriptions "EPLUBUSUNUM," "MONTICELLO," 5 cents, and "United States of America." The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. What makes high-grade 1941 nickels particularly desirable is the sharpness of the steps leading up to Monticello. Collectors often seek full steps examples where the staircase lines are completely visible and uninterrupted. Because these details were frequently weakly struck or worn away, fully detailed examples are scarce and command significant premiums in the marketplace. While the overall mintage of 1941 Jefferson nickels was substantial, true rarity emerges when condition and strike quality are considered. Most surviving examples circulated extensively and exhibit wear, contact marks, discoloration, or weakly defined details. Coins graded mint state by leading certification services become progressively scarcer as grades increase. At the highest levels, MS67, MS68, and especially full steps designations, the population drops dramatically. Certain varieties, including doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and other mint-made anomalies, are especially prized by specialists. A common worn example may be worth only a modest premium over face value, but an exceptionally preserved full-step specimen can be hundreds or even thousands of times more valuable due to its scarcity and desirability. The market value of a 1941 Jefferson nickel varies greatly depending on mint mark, condition, strike quality, and certification. Circulated examples typically sell for less than a few dollars, while attractive uncirculated specimens often trade in the $10 to $100 range. Certified mint state examples with exceptional eye appeal can reach several $100s. The most valuable examples are those carrying the coveted full steps designation, where auction prices frequently range from several hundred to several $1,000s depending on grade. In recent years, elite specimens graded at the top of the population have realized prices exceeding $5,000, and in exceptional cases, approaching or surpassing the $10,000 level. These values reflect the intense competition among registry set collectors seeking the finest known representatives of the series. Collectors pursuing a valuable 1941 Jefferson nickel should pay close attention to strike quality, luster, and surface preservation. The first area to examine is the staircase of Monticello, as strong full steps details dramatically influence value. Purchasing coins certified by respected grading services provides confidence regarding authenticity and condition. When evaluating potential purchases, look for original mint luster, minimal abrasions, and attractive natural tunning. Proper storage is equally important. Archival quality holders, slabs, or protective capsules can prevent environmental damage and preserve long-term value. Serious collectors often acquire examples through established coin dealers, major numismatic auctions, and reputable coin shows where certified specimens can be examined and compared in person. 1941 Jefferson nickel stands as a remarkable piece of American coinage history, combining historical significance, elegant design, and substantial collector appeal. Although millions were originally produced, the finest surviving examples are surprisingly elusive, particularly those displaying exceptional preservation and full steps details. For numismatists, the coin offers an appealing blend of affordability at entry levels and significant upside potential at the highest grades. Its connection to Thomas Jefferson, its place in the pre-war era of American coinage, and its ongoing popularity among collectors ensure that it remains one of the most respected issues in the Jefferson nickel series. Whether acquired for historical appreciation, collection building, or long-term investment purposes, a premium quality 1941 Jefferson nickel continues to represent one of the most desirable classic 5-cent coins in modern American numismatics. The most desirable 1941 examples are those that combine extraordinary preservation with the coveted full steps designation. These coins display every major architectural detail of Monticello with remarkable clarity, particularly the steps beneath the building, which are often weak or incomplete on ordinary strikes. Because relatively few 1941 nickels survived in such pristine condition, competition for top population specimens remains intense. Registry set collectors frequently seek the finest certified examples available, and this demand has pushed premium quality pieces to impressive price levels. A visually appealing coin with blazing original luster, sharp strike characteristics, and minimal contact marks can command a substantial premium over a typical mint state specimen, making it one of the most valuable targets within the early Jefferson nickel series. The 1941 Jefferson nickel is the existence of collectible varieties and mint errors. Numismatists actively search for doubled dies, die cracks, die clashes, off-center strikes, and other unusual mint-produced characteristics that distinguish a coin from standard examples. While many errors are minor, dramatic and well-preserved examples can attract significant attention at auction. These varieties provide an additional layer of excitement because they combine historical coinage with the rarity of a unique production anomaly. As research into Jefferson nickel varieties continues, newly recognized die varieties occasionally emerge, giving collectors fresh opportunities to discover overlooked treasures among older collections and inherited coin accumulations. Next up in the 1945 P. Jefferson nickel stands among the most historically significant and desirable wartime 5-cent coins produced by the United States. Although it is not a bicentennial issue, the bicentennial designation applies to coins commemorating the 200th anniversary of American independence in 1976. The 1945 wartime Jefferson nickel has earned a special place in numismatic history due to its unique composition, large mint mark, and connection to World War II. For collectors seeking rare and valuable examples, the most sought-after pieces are those preserved in exceptional mint state grades, full steps varieties, and rare era coins. High-end examples certified by major grading services have achieved impressive auction results, making the 1945 Jefferson nickel one of the most valuable regular-issue nickels of the wartime era. Its combination of historical importance, scarcity in top condition, and strong collector demand continues to drive interest in today's market. The historical background of the 1945 Jefferson nickel is deeply connected to the final year of World War II. During the war, nickel metal was considered a strategic resource needed for military equipment and armor production. To conserve nickel supplies, the United States Mint altered the composition of the 5-cent coin beginning in 1942. The wartime alloy consisted of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese, creating a distinctive silver-containing nickel unlike any regular Jefferson nickel produced before or after the war. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of these coins in 1945, marking them with a prominent P mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. This was historically significant because it represented the first time the Philadelphia Mint used a mint mark on a circulating U.S. coin. The coin, therefore, reflects both a critical period in American history and an important milestone in U.S. mint practices. From a design perspective, the 1945 Jefferson nickel showcases the enduring artwork created by sculptor Felix Schlag. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, carefully detailed to emphasize the statesman's dignified appearance. The reverse displays Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, Monticello, rendered with architectural precision. The coin measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 5 grams. What distinguishes the wartime issue visually is the oversized P mint mark positioned above Monticello, making it immediately recognizable. In high-grade examples, collectors particularly value sharp details in Jefferson's hair, crisp architectural features on Monticello, and fully defined steps leading to the building's entrance. These characteristics can dramatically influence market value. Although the overall mintage of the 1945 Jefferson nickel exceeded 119 million pieces, true rarity emerges when examining condition and specialized varieties. Most surviving examples entered circulation and experienced decades of wear, making gem-quality specimens increasingly difficult to locate. Coins certified as MS67, MS67+, or higher are extremely scarce. Even more desirable are examples designated as full steps, FS, indicating that the steps of Monticello are fully visible and uninterrupted. Since the wartime alloy was relatively difficult to strike perfectly, obtaining a full steps designation is challenging. In addition, collectors actively pursue notable mint errors, including doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and dramatic die cracks. These unusual varieties can transform an otherwise common coin into a highly valuable numismatic treasure. The market value of a 1945 Jefferson nickel varies greatly according to condition and rarity. Circulated examples generally trade for a few dollars because of their silver content and collector interest. Attractive uncirculated specimens may range from $15 to $100 depending on quality. Certified mint state examples in MS65 to MS66 grades often command between $50 and $500. However, the most exceptional full steps examples can reach several $1,000s at major auctions. Some top population coins graded MS67 FS or higher have realized prices exceeding $10,000, with the finest known examples occasionally approaching or surpassing $15,000 depending on market conditions and collector competition. Rare era varieties can also bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars when authenticated and offered through respected auction houses. These values demonstrate how condition rarity rather than mintage alone, often determines ultimate worth. For collectors interested in acquiring a valuable 1945 P Jefferson nickel, careful evaluation is essential. The first step is to confirm the large P mint mark above Monticello and verify the wartime silver alloy. Collectors should pay close attention to strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and the condition of Monticello's steps. Coins certified by respected grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, generally offer greater confidence and liquidity in the marketplace. Proper storage in archival quality holders or slabs helps prevent environmental damage and preserves long-term value. Purchasing from reputable coin dealers, established numismatic auctions, and respected collector organizations can reduce the risk of acquiring altered or misrepresented specimens. Patience is often rewarded, as truly superior examples appear far less frequently than lower-grade coins. In conclusion, the 1945 P wartime Jefferson nickel represents far more than a simple 5-cent coin. It is a tangible artifact of World War II, a landmark issue in U.S. mint history, and a fascinating collectible that bridges history, artistry, and investment potential. Its unique silver composition, first-ever Philadelphia mint mark on a circulating coin, and connection to wartime America make it especially appealing to collectors. While ordinary examples remain affordable, the finest full-step specimens and significant era varieties rank among the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever produced. For both beginning collectors and advanced numismatists, the 1945 P Jefferson nickel continues to offer a compelling combination of historical significance, visual appeal, rarity, and long-term collecting interest. The 1945 P Jefferson nickel is the growing demand for elite registry set specimens. Competitive collectors often seek the finest certified examples available, particularly those carrying the coveted full steps designation. Because the wartime silver manganese alloy frequently resulted in weaker strikes, sharply detailed examples are much scarcer than their large mintage might suggest. As a result, a seemingly ordinary 1945 P nickel can become extraordinarily valuable when preserved with flawless surfaces, brilliant original luster, and complete step detail on Monticello. This condition rarity has transformed certain examples into centerpiece coins that attract intense bidding whenever they appear at major numismatic auctions. Another factor contributing to the coin's desirability is its direct connection to one of the most important periods in American history. Produced during the final months of World War II, the 1945 P nickel serves as a reminder of the nation's wartime sacrifices and industrial mobilization efforts. Every wartime nickel contains a small amount of silver, giving it intrinsic appeal beyond its face value. Collectors appreciate not only the coin's historical significance, but also its role in documenting how the United States adapted its coinage to meet military needs. This unique story adds depth and meaning that many other circulating coins simply cannot match. Looking ahead, the 1945 P Jefferson nickel remains a strong candidate for long-term collector interest due to its combination of historical importance, distinctive composition, and condition-based rarity. As more high-grade examples are absorbed into advanced collections, truly exceptional specimens may become increasingly difficult to acquire. Coins with outstanding eye appeal, certified grades, and notable varieties are likely to remain among the most sought-after pieces in the Jefferson nickel series. Whether collected as a historical artifact, a numismatic investment, or a tribute to America's wartime heritage, the 1945 P Jefferson nickel continues to stand as one of the most respected and admired 5-cent coins ever issued by the United States Mint. Next up in the 1964 Jefferson nickel is one of the most widely collected coins in the United States series, and among advanced collectors, certain high-grade examples and rare varieties have become exceptionally valuable. Featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia estate, Monticello on the reverse, this 5-cent coin represents the final year before major changes in American coin production during the mid-1960s. While millions were struck for circulation, the finest surviving specimens displaying extraordinary strike quality, brilliant luster, and the coveted full steps designation have become highly sought after in the numismatic market. As a result, the most exceptional 1964 Jefferson nickels can command thousands of dollars at auction, transforming an ordinary-looking coin into a prized collectible. Their combination of historical significance, accessibility, and potential value continues to attract both beginning and experienced collectors. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was produced during a period of significant change in American coinage. The United States was experiencing a nationwide coin shortage, prompting the U.S. Mint to dramatically increase production levels. Philadelphia and Denver mint facilities struck hundreds of millions of nickels to meet public demand, making the 1964 issue one of the highest mintage dates in the Jefferson nickel series. The coin continued the design first introduced in 1938 by sculptor Felix Schlag, replacing the earlier buffalo nickel design. The obverse honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence, while the reverse showcases Monticello, his iconic Virginia home. Although common in circulated grades, premium examples preserved in exceptional condition have become increasingly scarce over the decades, elevating their importance within the Jefferson nickel series. The 1964 Jefferson nickel consists of a durable alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5 grams, specifications that remained consistent throughout most of the series. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The reverse depicts Monticello with remarkable architectural detail, along with the inscriptions "E Plubusunum, Monticlo, 5 cents, and United States of America." What makes elite examples especially desirable is the presence of sharply defined details, particularly the steps leading to Monticello's entrance. Coins displaying all visible steps without interruption are awarded the prestigious full steps designation by grading services. These fully struck examples are significantly rarer than ordinary specimens and often bring substantial premiums in the marketplace. Although the overall mintage of 1964 Jefferson nickels was enormous, true rarity emerges when condition and strike quality are considered. Most examples entered circulation immediately and accumulated wear over time. Furthermore, many coins were weakly struck, resulting in incomplete details on Monticello's steps. Collectors place tremendous emphasis on finding coins graded Mint State 66, Mint State 67, or higher, particularly those certified with full steps. Such coins represent only a tiny fraction of the original production. Certain die varieties, repunched mint marks, and striking anomalies also attract specialist collectors. Because obtaining a perfectly preserved specimen with exceptional eye appeal is extremely challenging, demand remains strong for top population examples, creating a significant rarity premium despite the coin's originally high mintage. The value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel varies dramatically depending on condition and variety. Circulated examples generally trade for only a small premium above face value, while attractive uncirculated coins may range from $5 to $50. Certified Mint State 65 and Mint State 66 examples often sell for $50 to several $100s, depending on strike quality and eye appeal. However, coins exhibiting full steps can command substantially higher prices. Exceptional specimens graded MS-67 full steps have sold for several $1,000s, while some of the finest known examples have reached auction prices exceeding $10,000. Rare die varieties and unusually well-preserved registry-quality pieces continue to attract fierce competition among advanced collectors. These values demonstrate how condition rarity can transform an otherwise common coin into a major numismatic prize. Collectors seeking valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels should carefully examine the strike quality, surface preservation, and luster of each coin. Special attention should be paid to the steps of Monticello, as uninterrupted and clearly defined steps can significantly increase value. Purchasing coins certified by respected grading organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company helps ensure authenticity and accurate grading. Proper storage in archival quality holders is essential to prevent environmental damage and preserve long-term value. Collectors may find desirable examples through reputable coin dealers, major auctions, coin shows, and established numismatic organizations. Patience and careful study often lead to better acquisitions than impulsive purchases, especially when pursuing high-grade full-step specimens. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel occupies a fascinating place in American numismatics because it combines historical significance, classic design, and remarkable condition-based rarity. While millions were produced during a period of intense demand for circulating coinage, only a limited number survived with the exceptional quality required to achieve the highest grades and full steps designation. These elite examples have become some of the most valuable modern Jefferson nickels, regularly attracting strong interest from collectors and investors alike. Their connection to Thomas Jefferson, enduring artistic appeal, and proven auction performance ensure their continued relevance within the hobby. For collectors seeking a coin that blends affordability at the entry level with substantial upside for premium specimens, the finest 1964 Jefferson nickels remain among the most compelling opportunities in modern United States coin collecting. Beyond standard mint state examples, some of the most valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels are those that exhibit extraordinary strike quality, vibrant original luster, and nearly flawless surfaces. Collectors competing in registry sets are willing to pay substantial premiums for coins that rank among the finest certified examples known. A 1964 nickel with a full steps designation and a grade of MS-67 or higher can be worth thousands of dollars because so few survive in such exceptional condition. These elite specimens represent the pinnacle of preservation for the date and are often fiercely contested when they appear at major numismatic auctions. Their scarcity at the highest grade levels continues to drive strong collector demand and long-term market interest. Another factor contributing to the coin's popularity is its accessibility. Unlike many classic American rarities that require significant financial investment, the 1964 Jefferson nickel allows collectors to search through old collections, bank rolls, estate holdings, and inherited coin accumulations in hopes of finding a valuable example. This treasure hunting aspect has made the coin especially appealing to hobbyists of all experience levels. While the majority of examples are common, the possibility of discovering a sharply struck full-step specimen or an overlooked variety keeps enthusiasm high within the collecting community. As a result, the 1964 issue remains one of the most actively studied and collected dates in the entire Jefferson Nickel series. Looking ahead, the finest 1964 Jefferson nickels are expected to remain desirable because of their combination of historical significance, condition rarity, and collector recognition. The number of top-quality examples is fixed, and many are already locked away in advanced collections. As demand for premium certified coins continues to grow, exceptional specimens may continue to appreciate in value over time. For both seasoned numismatists and newcomers to the hobby, the 1964 Jefferson nickel serves as an excellent example of how an everyday circulating coin can become a highly prized collectible when rarity, preservation, and market demand come together. Next up in the 1952 Jefferson nickel is one of the more intriguing issues in the long-running Jefferson 5-cent series, attracting strong interest from collectors who specialize in United States coinage. While it is not technically a bicentennial coin, the bicentennial Jefferson nickels were issued much later. The 1952 issue remains an important and desirable collectible because of its historical significance, scarce high-grade examples, and valuable mint varieties. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse. Collectors actively seek exceptional examples of the 1952 nickel, particularly those displaying full steps details, which can command impressive premiums in today's numismatic marketplace. The 1952 Jefferson nickel was produced during a period of post-World War II economic growth in the United States. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and continued the Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938. By 1952, nickel coinage had returned to its standard composition after the wartime silver alloy nickels of 1942–1945. The year reflects a transitional period in American history marked by industrial expansion and increasing prosperity. Although the coin was intended primarily for circulation, relatively few collectors at the time preserved large numbers of pristine examples, making superb survivors significantly scarcer today. The San Francisco Mint issue, in particular, has become one of the more challenging dates in the later Jefferson nickel series when found in exceptional condition. The obverse of the 1952 Jefferson nickel displays a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, along with the inscriptions "EPLUOBUSUNUM," "MONTICLLO," 5 cents, and "United States of America." The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. One of the most important characteristics sought by specialists is the presence of sharply defined full steps on the staircase of Monticello. Coins exhibiting 5 or 6 fully visible steps are considered superior strike examples and are highly valued because such detail is uncommon for the 1952 issue. Although millions of 1952 Jefferson nickels were struck, true rarity emerges in the highest preservation grades. Most surviving examples entered circulation and accumulated wear, reducing their numismatic value. The 1952 issue is especially notable because many examples were weakly struck, making full-step specimens exceedingly difficult to locate. Collectors place tremendous emphasis on condition, with mint state grades such as MS66, MS67, and above commanding significant premiums. Even among uncirculated coins, only a small percentage possess the sharp strike, original luster, and clean surfaces required for elite grading designations. This scarcity in top condition is the primary factor driving collector demand and market competition. The market value of a 1952 Jefferson nickel varies dramatically depending on mint mark, grade, and strike quality. Circulated examples generally trade for less than a few dollars, while attractive uncirculated specimens may sell for $15 to $100. However, certified mint state examples with full steps can reach much higher levels. A 1952 Jefferson nickel graded MS66 full steps may command several $1,000s, while exceptional registry quality pieces graded MS67 full steps have realized prices exceeding $10,000 at major auctions. The most valuable examples are those combining outstanding preservation, strong luster, minimal contact marks, and complete step details. These elite coins represent the pinnacle of the date and are among the most coveted Jefferson nickels of the early 1950s. Collectors interested in acquiring a high-quality 1952 Jefferson nickel should pay close attention to strike quality, surface preservation, and certification. Purchasing coins graded by respected services such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company helps ensure authenticity and accurate grading. When evaluating potential purchases, examine the Monticello steps carefully, as full steps designations often account for the largest value differences. Proper storage in archival quality holders is essential to protect the coin from environmental damage, fingerprints, and tunning. Collectors should also monitor major coin auctions and reputable dealers, where premium examples occasionally appear and can present opportunities for long-term appreciation. The 1952 Jefferson nickel occupies a respected place in American numismatics due to its historical background, classic design, and the challenge of locating exceptional high-grade examples. While ordinary circulated pieces remain affordable, the finest certified specimens, especially those with full steps details, are among the most valuable Jefferson nickels from the post-war era. Its connection to Thomas Jefferson, enduring Monticello design, and scarcity in elite condition continue to attract both advanced specialists and newcomers to the hobby. As demand for top-quality Jefferson nickels remains strong, the 1952 issue stands as a compelling combination of history, artistry, rarity, and investment potential, making it a prized addition to any serious United States coin collection. The 1952 Jefferson nickel, designed by Felix Schlag, remains one of the more quietly powerful collectible issues within the Jefferson 5-cent series. Although it is not a bicentennial coin, it is often discussed alongside key Jefferson nickel dates because of its importance in post-war U.S. coinage history and its strong demand among specialists. The coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his estate, Monticello, on the reverse, symbolizing American heritage and classical design. In circulated form it is common, but in top mint state condition it becomes a serious collector's piece due to sharp demand and limited high-grade survivors. From a historical and technical standpoint, the 1952 nickel reflects the stabilizing U.S. economy of the early 1950s, when coin production returned to normal post-war standards after the temporary wartime silver alloy issues. Struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the San Francisco issue is especially known for weak strikes, making well-defined, full steps, examples particularly rare and desirable. The coin's standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, along with its classic Monticello reverse, hides the fact that small production differences between mints dramatically affect value. Collectors focus heavily on strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal, as these factors separate common pieces from elite numismatic examples. In terms of value, the 1952 Jefferson nickel can range from face value in circulated condition to several $1,000s in top certified grades. Ordinary mint state examples may sell for modest prices, but coins graded MS66 and higher with full steps designation can command strong premiums, especially from the 1952 S-Mint issue. Exceptional registry quality pieces have been known to exceed $10,000 at auction, driven by scarcity, demand among advanced collectors, and certification from services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company. Overall, the coin's value is strongly tied not just to age, but to how perfectly it preserved the fine architectural details of Monticello, making it a standout modern-era Jefferson nickel for serious collectors.